Hey, hold up. I want to know something. Are you chilling on a park bench right now? Are you sitting in the back of the bus, vibing out, possibly hanging from the tree, enjoying the view? Well, you're probably in the right place. This is not enough questions. If you end up liking what you hear, tell a friend or leave a review.
What's a good questionnaires? You know the voice. It's me, Julian. I'm still on break, but I'm putting up this rerun episode just to give you guys a taste of how the new season is going to be. Episodes are now going to be released on the 15th of every month. This was decided by questionnaires that were in the Discord and on the Patreon, but you can find the links to that in the description. Also in the description is a link to tell us how you actually feel. So once you hear a new episode or an old episode, you can tell me how you feel about it. But with all that said, don't forget to follow wherever you've listened to Not Enough Questions. See you in the future.
Welcome back, questionnaires. I'm Julian. My name today is the last name that I have in the roster of names. It's the hardest one I got. It's Phantom, and exactly. And as you hear by the voice, I have the very hard, unperceived Tyler with us.
Let me stop. Oh my gosh.
So, I'm not gonna lie, Tyler. I've been plotting on. Like, do I want to do the thing I told you, like the Danny Phantom thing that I said I was gonna do for you?
No, it's okay. We don't have to do this. It's okay.
But yeah, that's just been my 7-ish days. As you can see, it's been a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think there's just something going on, which I think is gonna tie into our conversation. Because something I do think is indeed in the water.
So I'm gonna use that to just get into the question, which is, do you believe in magic?
So I'm gonna say, I think personally, yes. I would say yes. I think, well, okay. It's kind of funny though, because I feel like a lot of people get very like, Christian, Black, Southern upbringing, stuff like that. They're like, no, it's the Lord. Like, you don't have luck and like magic and like all this other stuff. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm also kind of like, it's fun to think though, there's a little things sometimes are a little magical. I like to think that the Lord would enjoy for us to have a little silly magic hijinks happening. I don't know. I don't know why everybody thinks the Lord gotta be so uptight. I'm like, what is that gonna do anything? If anything, it's gonna be kind of funny. It's like he gets a little kiki out of it.
That is actually really funny. I have my own thoughts about that statement, but with the Lord and everything. But for me, which is actually really fun. For me, I believe in magic, or if at the very least that it existed at a point in time.
Yeah.
No, I definitely believe in magic. That I not like Tooth Fairy, Santa stuff,
no Disney.
But
stop.
Yeah, no.
I like Disney movies. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, Disney people. But no, I'm like, okay. What were you about to say?
I can't even explain it, but I do feel like magic is a thing. I didn't want to become a magician at a point in time. Like that was also
because I think there's like two different sides to that question, right? Because to me, I feel like you always think about magicians, and like, yeah, magicians, it's like tricks and optical illusions and stuff like that. But that even in itself feels magical, and I think that's totally fine. Like,
yeah, oh no, absolutely.
I think honestly, I feel like sometimes people can make it a little more than what it is in my mind. Now, mind you, if you believe in magic, then I do personally think you should believe in like bad magic. You know what I mean? Like there's good magic, bad magic, there's medium magic. Most times, a lot of times, the essence of it in itself is neutral. It's just how the person uses it, kind of thing. But yeah, I feel like I'm like, but it's just a thing. Like to me, I feel like it's just like, it's just part of our lives.
Yeah, no.
It just exists in some sort of weird, silly vacuum. And me personally, if I ever use it, it's for silliness.
No. For me, no, it's so hard. Like I said, Phantom for the magical question. It's so hard for me to verbalize or what I am trying to imagine. But with the whole magician thing, I do think people do like to be tricked to a degree. Whether that's just out of getting your mind off or something, or in just being completely in awe, or some other second reason. Like again, this is so hard for me to really talk about. But no, because I definitely am the type of person who likes this. I don't want to make this sound so terrible, but like I want to be tricked.
I want to be tricked. I love
I
being duped.
Yes.
I'm big into being duped. I'm a duper.
Like how you were saying, in a fun, silly way.
Yeah.
Not in oh, let me here, sign right here, and haha, you're a co-signer now. Wait, what?
You're crazy.
No.
You're crazy. But I was also thinking about it in like a like when people are like movie magic and like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like and I think people very much like the idea of kind of like being transported, being in these other worlds and all these other things. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, could it be magical that we all have like this ability to kind of like escape in our brains to like a whole nother world, but we're still in reality? Like, I don't think that's I personally think there's a level of like, and things even can get kind of like feel magical, or like things don't feel real sometimes. And I think sometimes that's just kind of like the best way to describe it. It's like magic.
The catch-all.
Yeah.
No, but that does bring me a thought that I have about magic. Something that I've heard in some movie that I can't remember, but it was basically saying, is like science and magic two separate things, or is it magic that just science that hasn't been discovered yet?
I feel like, and see, this is also, now me, I'm bringing it also into religion, because I just think about it like that, because I just know so many people who are religious who don't believe in like saying that magic exists and stuff like that, and they're like, but then on the same hand they'll be like, don't get into witchcraft, so they believe in magic. Like, so if you think that things are witchcraft, then you believe that magic exists. So in my mind, I don't know, I think it's kind of hand in hand, but I digress from that part of my hot topic.
Okay. So what would you describe you kind of touched on it before, and still going back into it. What would you describe as bad magic then? Or yeah.
Well, if you're okay, so I guess like what we perceive, or like I think it kind of like Halloween stuff, when people are like, oh, you're doing this and doing that and trying to like, it's like an actual trick. To me, a bad magic is almost like a car salesman. You got a car salesman and they know like they got the gift of gab and whatnot, and they can sell you a car, and it's cool if they sell you a car that's a little over what it wants. But there's a difference between a car salesman that's just selling you a car that's a little more than what it's worth, versus a car salesman that sells you and gives you the gift of gab and then gives you a freaking lemon. You know what I mean? The car don't drive. As soon as you drop it off the lot, it's breaking down. They're like, that's the best car on the lot. You
Lying.
are a wizard. You are a bad person. Using your magical tricks in your bag for evil. Now when I get to the stop and my brake don't work, I gotta look back at you and be like, why'd you sell me this car? So I don't know. That's how I think about it though. It's kind of like magic itself is just essence. It just exists. How people use it can make it bad. Like, that's how it is.
That's what I think too, because it's usually how I hear it is, or at least the back magic. The bad magic is either like black magic or voodoo magic or voodoo or something. Is like that's me not knowing any type of history on this whatsoever, but it's that's just kind of like global thing is to make anything bad black, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say it's just racist, to be honest.
yeah, so that's why. And again, I don't know why I'm seeing magic in scientific terms, but just like technology, there is no good or bad technology. It's how you use it. Because like you were saying, if I granted, I will say if I guess depending from movie aspect of things, if you're like, yeah, I have to kill like 10 people to get this one spell off.
That's bad to me. I'm like,
That
listen, it's very much the, like our fun little guest was, and do no harm. Like, if you do harm, something about that's got to be bad. Why you got to harm somebody to get off this?
yeah, so
Probably could have just did it without hurting nobody, but you decided to do
yeah.
that. That's on you. That was a choice.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but that is my definition of bad. Well, yeah, how I see bad magic. So I would be like concerned if it was just randomly placed in front of me, but I'm a curious person,
No.
and I will also know when to leave.
Okay, I'm going to say this now. I was saying no myself, but I am also kind of curious because literally, I'm not even going to hold you, friends, listeners, don't judge me. But I have
Judgment free.
almost ended up in a pyramid scheme once because they had CDs. It was nice. It was kind of nice. The lady approached me on LinkedIn. And she was like, "Oh, if you're trying to make like money on the side, and I'm a college student, like money on the side, that kind of sounds good." And then I went to meet her like in like a Panera Bread or something like that, and she was like, "Yeah, this is how the system works, blah blah. Just come to one of our meetings at at a hotel." The person who I was dating at the time was like, "It's a pyramid scheme," and I was like, but it's cute. She was nice. She just invited me out to a hotel, and then we were sitting through the thing, and I was just like, it's definitely giving pyramid scheme. But then they gave me a little CD. I was like, oh, like maybe I can go home and take the CD. They was like, no, take that CD back to that person. And let's
That
go
is
back home. This is a pyramid scheme. It was, but the people are so nice. It's kind of cute there. I'm not gonna lie to you though. There was a lot of black men with white wives there. Say you do what you will with that information. I didn't know that was happening there, and I was just like, nah, all right.
that is hilarious because one, your story sounds like how the recruiter almost got me when I was on college. I think it was for the army or something. I can't remember. But also, I've joined two pyramid schemes. Well,
You joined them.
Participated in one. Participated in one. They were selling knives, and I just needed. It was like my very first job. Which honestly I wouldn't
Oh my
mind
gosh,
it.
is it Cutco? Cutco is
It was.
it's like one of those, like they're teetering the lines of pyramid schemes. So it's like they tightrope that thing well. They've got it written in their contracts how they do that thing. It's crazy. Because you're not the only person I know who like was selling Cutco knives at one point. So I'm like, it's very easy.
The knives was. I'm like, I thought it was gonna be like, all right, here's some yellow pages. Pick a number, call them, go
Yeah,
about
if
your
you're trying
day.
to sell a knife.
I'm like, yeah, sure, I can get told no a whole bunch of times. That's not a problem. And it was when they would ask me to use my own personal like contacts and everything. I'm like, no. But
Right.
the second time was years later with I can't remember how I even got involved. I can't remember what the name of it was. But it was like, oh, do this and it's like a trickle down effect or something, and you bring more people in, like stuff like that. And yeah, no, how did I get in contact with? I almost can't remember, but
They showed up like it was magic.
but this is where I'm like, I'm glad I always have people around me because I'm like, hey, I tell people like this is what I'm going through. It's like, yeah, Jill. But I'm like, I just want to just peek behind the curtain just a little bit, and just it's your job to pull me back. My friends like, just no, don't.
Okay, I gotta stop with the banners though, because like, why did you just tell me that we have a limit? The banner limit.
I never knew we had a banner limit. That's interesting.
Apparently it's 50, and I have hit it. So
wow,
I have hit it.
That's interesting. I didn't know we could do that.
Hey, shout out to me. Shout out to me.
Oh, what random encounters with mystic people or sketchy people? Or either way. Would you go to a psychic?
To a what?
A psychic. Like a palm
psychic?
reader.
Oh, yeah, I would. I've done it before. Like, it's kind of fun though. I feel like sometimes because sometimes I'll watch like some people on YouTube or whatever. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling it or whatever. But I feel like, honestly, it's been pretty accurate. And honestly, it's funny because I was just actually having a conversation with my cousins during Christmas. And they're real religious people. But she was talking about how she follows this person on YouTube and they're like a prophet. What's a prophet?
Mm.
A psychic / reader. And she was talking about like she knew, oh my gosh, what are the things that she said? Like she knew that Trump was gonna get like an assassination attempt, and then it happened, and then she knew that something else was gonna happen, and it happened. I can't remember, but I was just thinking about my head. Y'all are watching readers. It's like the same thing. It's like so crazy to me. So I'm like, even at that point, I'm like, I don't know. I personally think people are using psychics more than they think they are. At that point, like if you think somebody's a prophet, even if they're a religious leader or however you want to call it, that's the same thing as a psychic.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong there, because for me, like I said, I'm already a curious person. I would easily go. But I feel like I feel like it just I'm thinking I'm thinking of hypnosis, because I'm like, oh, I'll definitely try to get hypnotized or something. But I'm like, I want to see what happens, but I'm like, also, if I believe too hard, does it not work? Like but with psychics and everything, I would easily go. And I try. It's like a double-edged sword. Like I want to hear what you have to say, and then put it in the back of my mind to not like have it be so.
Yeah,
kind of like what's the trope? Kind of like in the show That's So Raven, is like, oh, I saw a vision, and Raven will try to do everything to prevent whatever, and which ended up causing.
And then I tried
to do that, but I would easily go to psychic. Never been. Palm reader, never have. I have tarot cards. I've done that twice actually.
The mystic arts. No, just kidding. I mean, I feel like, I haven't like gone to a person like out in the world. Do you know what I mean? They'll have people who are talking about how they could do reads, but they're like standing on the side of the road, or like they're in a building doing something. And I'm like, sometimes I don't really like that. It's like, who are you? Like, what are you doing out here? We have no type of relationship. I don't know what you want. Now, mind you, if you believe in magic, you always have to believe that some people might be doing something crazy. And so you have to be very mindful. Use a lot of discernment, because, some people are keeping it cute and others are doing crazy stuff. Like, no. And I don't want any part of it.
this is why I need to tell people what I do, just so they can keep a tracker and like notice of me. He's like, so what yeah, I just went into this building. How long has that building been there? I don't know. Is that building still there? No. Why were you in the building and how long were you there? I can't remember.
There's too many unknowns. There's too many unknowns.
No,
and actually, you got to stay away from me because now I don't know what's on you. I'll pray for you at my house with the door locked. Don't come visit. Like, what? Get someone to clean you off. Get some holy water quick. Like, what? Oh
no,
gosh.
but no, I wouldn't be that reckless with just yeah, I wouldn't be that reckless. So I'll leave it at that.
Sometimes I think honestly though, people will be like, how do I put this? Like, you know how sometimes you'll meet a person and they'll say something to you and it almost feels like foreshadowing, but you like never meet this person again in your life. Sometimes I be feeling like that's it. Like, you know what I mean? That's the magic. That was it. That person met me that day for that reason, tell me something. And I don't know why the heck they felt it on their heart. But, and see, a lot of people will be like, that's the Lord. And I'm like, the Lord speaking through other people?
Sure.
Prophets? Psychics?
That is actually really funny. But my tangent was my dad has been telling me to well, my dad and my grandfather has been telling me to I should go to church more and everything. And my thought about that, I have three thoughts. I might have told you this, but first for the magical aspect of things in the Lord and God and everything. My thought process is like, why do I need to go to the building if it has been said that God uses anything and everyone at all times and he's everywhere? Why do I need to go for the building for that?
I mean, that's how I actually recently met some pastors who were like that. So I was hanging out with my dad in Aiken and they're pastors, but they don't have like a physical church. And like all they do is like, because one of them is retired, the other one he has his job, but he basically does the same thing where they just go around helping homeless people all day. Like they do that like 7 days a week, like rain or shine, like all that stuff, because they want to make sure that they have resources that they might not be able to get to if they were just in a building. They feel like that's their like calling. That's how they stay closer to God, is when they're out on the street doing what people would be doing if they were like, if you're like trying to live your life like Jesus. He didn't have a building, you know what I mean? Like he was helping people and traveling. He was nomadic. And so like I also kind of don't subscribe to the notion that you have to have a home church, because I think there are a lot of different pastors who do different things, and honestly they all have kind of the same values and teachings and whatnots, but how they do it and where they do it does not always look the same, which I think is totally fine. Like, all these things happen differently for different people, and everybody's not called to do the same things. And so that's why I feel like if we're not all called to do the same things, then we're not all called to do it the same way either. So
facts. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
that's my thought process on it.
Wow. No, that's mine. I was just like, it is not for me. Like that is it's just not it for me. I just know it would be very interesting if my dad hears me say it all on the podcast first before I tell him this.
Listen, anything that I'm saying to you now, people are probably going to hear before they even hear from me, because I don't even be talking to nobody for real. I've been in the house.
That is very funny. And this is why I wanted the guest here, because I'm like, this would be a really good question for you. But anyway, back to the mystic magical aspect of things, just to keep things real nice and silly and not all super religious.
That's real.
If you could cast a spell, of any kind throughout your whole life, you get one spell. What spell are you using?
This is crazy. Okay, so feels like a trick question because what you're supposed to say is like solving world hunger or like world peace.
Mm.
And I'm like, but my magic lives with limits.
Mm.
It's a reality of limitations. But also, I'm like, if anything, I probably would solve world hunger because then I also wouldn't be hungry. So I'd be benefiting.
What spell are you casting? That's called. Well, I never put any limit on it. So that's your spell.
I'm like, listen, I would actually, or you do that thing with Aladdin when you're like, I wish for more wishes. It's like, no, you can't do that. See, because then it's like, I feel like if we're okay, well, I'll have a limits one and I'll have a no limits one. So my no limits one would be like stopping world hunger, because also I'll never also be hungry. That's just everybody gets to eat. That's good. Also, I love food. So like it's near and dear to my heart. I'll never be hungry. Other people will never be hungry. We'll probably have less wars anyway because most people won't be hungry. Like I feel like that's half the battle right there. Full stomachs. We'll all be taking naps. Won't be so stressed out. You know why you're going crazy right now? Have you eaten a cracker today? Come on now. So, anyways, that's that's my no limits one. Okay. And then my limits one would probably be something like, because the other thing is, like, you have to be, so if it has limits, it has to be specific. And, they're not going to try to read between the lines type of thing.
I don't think magic works like that.
Huh?
I'm like, I don't think magic has a contract like that where there's some fine print.
I'm like, you never know though. These are two different case scenarios here. So this one is limits. True. We're being rural. We're trying to see with a fine tooth comb. Now, I have not personally thought about this. I have goals and aspirations for myself and things like that, but I feel like I don't have anything that I like wish for. Like I'm gonna be like, oh, I want my dream car. I don't have a dream car. So also, we don't want cars in this house. Not right now. I already got a car loan. Because that's the other thing. You'd want a car loan free car, right? Not a loan car. So that's like a whole nother thing. That's a subset. So I feel like that one had too many, like one of your dream whatever, I feel like it has too many like holes, like plot points. You know what I mean? So I think I would just say that I don't really think about that one. Because like my biggest wish I feel like would be to simply live a life that I feel is fulfilling me to like, my fullest potential. Like I'm having the most fulfilling life that I could possibly have, before I pass away. That to me feels like the best wish to have. Cause it's like, at that point, you're not really asking for like jewels and riches and all this other stuff. Cause I don't really think that's even what mine would be too. It'd be more like, I'm getting to wake up every day, do exactly whatever I feel like doing. And that in itself already brings me whatever I need to get through to the next day. And then I wake up and do the same thing again. I ate a sandwich this morning and I took a nap. Like 10 people benefited from that, and now I get to go to sleep. I took a shower, I had a donut. Now I just saved like 10 babies in Africa off that one donut in that shower. Like I don't know how it happened, but it did. Like, but I'm like we're laughing, but wouldn't that be wild? Like, a part of me feels like close to that would be like being a social media star, low key. But the way people were talking about being a social media star after TikTok came back, and they were like, actually, it ruins your self image so bad, and then you feel like you need to post everything. I don't like that. I enjoy my unperceivedness. So it would be whatever the equivalent of that is without having to like lose your whole self. Like you're supposed to be able to find yourself when you have
Mm.
all your meaning and your purpose together. It's supposed to be about you. Like, what? So, yeah.
Mm. Okay.
That's all right. That's my long answer.
I like it. When you were saying lose yourself, I immediately thought of the Eminem song. But for me, if I had to and I do like your answers. I never thought about that. For me, if I had to cast a spell, I'll follow your lead. I'll have a limited one and a unlimited one
Mhm.
because I'm selfish. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Well, anyway,
Oh my
I,
God.
I
Okay.
say that I say that to say is because it's like you were like, oh, I would want to cast out people not going hungry anymore, which is I support and 100%. But
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
like I don't think I have the juice for that. Like I don't think the magical essence in me would allow me to
See how you
actively
putting
do that.
limits on your no limit one.
No. This isn't the no limit one. This is just when I was hearing it, like,
Oh,
I'm like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, this like, I don't think I have the power to do that one. But my limited one would be something so simple, like I would cast myself into like the astral plane or something, just to like hover around and
Wait a minute, you want to come back out? Like you had to be like, I want to be in the astral plane for 10
oh
minutes
yeah,
and then I want to go back home and then I want to live a
I
completely normal life.
can
Like,
control. The spell was like I can control my astral plane self. Like I can, like if I'm sleeping, I'm like, all right, I have like 4 hours. I can, roam, do whatever the astral self does.
oh my goodness.
see
All right.
see what dreams I can pop into. But because that's always been a thing of mine. I want to go into the astral plane and just roam around a little bit. I read that in I think it was like a Flat Stanley book or something. I can't even remember. Not Flat Stanley, but it was some childhood book. Where it was
Like
like
flat Stanley. I'm trying to think. I'm like,
it was like keep your hand and you can't move. Keep your one hand on your forehead, one hand on your stomach, and you just like stay like that for a little bit, and you end up in the astral planes. And so ever since I read that book, every so often I try it, but I
like
can't just
a
not.
Narnia, like a wasn't no Bridge to Terabithia type. I don't know what book you would have been
Mm-mm.
reading.
It was a series. It was a really I would have to like find it. I
Okay,
literally just picked it.
you're gonna have to link it for the audience
Okay.
when you figure it out.
And then so that's just my simple one. I feel like
Mm,
I can do that one. Even
okay.
though I constantly say I'm someone who just won't stop. I am the energizing bunny. Uh, because I feel like I think that's like the universal law. Is like the bigger the spell, the more energy it just zaps from you. So
That's
I feel like
true.
I can.
That's true.
I can be in the astral plane for quite some time and it not like drain the hell out of me.
In my mind,
But
I got infinite. Even in my limited one, I feel like I have awesome magical powers. So
mm,
I'm like, ain't nobody
mm.
stopping me. As Beyonce was saying, these mother ain't stopping me. Anyways.
Anyway, but my unlimited one, that's an interesting one.
Mm,
Because I don't know directly what I would have a spell to cast because I know I'm basing it off of just things that I've seen.
mm,
And the first thing that is Marvel with like Thanos snapping half the universe to go away. But
mm,
I don't want that. But I'm trying to think on that same level of scale. And I'm
right.
like, I don't even know what I would cast a spell on because and like the other magical element was kind of the reverse of that was with Doctor Strange. It's like with forgetting Peter Parker or whatever, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
so I'm like, I'm like, what do I want that really wants to affect a whole bunch of people? And I'm like,
Mm.
I can't. I really because again, this is where I'm like
You ain't gonna be
my
like no
selfish.
more wars. Babies live longer. Nothing. Like You have no
because
beauty pageant answers, huh?
because the first one, like the first one that just popped into my mind was like humans get to live longer off of the whole baby thing, but I'm like, not everyone. But I feel like that takes away from the human experience. I have a friend who explains it the best, or not the best, but explains it like this: is like, humans have a very unique aspect of life to where they don't live long enough to really enjoy everything, like magical creatures like elves or something, where like they live like hundreds of thousands of years, but we also don't live life to the fullest, like a dog or like a cat or anything, where they live every day to their fullest because they just live. So humans fall into that like aspect to where you live long enough to where you can't where you want purpose, you want to find your purpose in the fastest amount of time because life is so short. So so I'm like, if I extend the life expectancy for everyone, that takes away from that. And then two, not even to say that, I feel like it would slow a lot of like life wouldn't be as impactful if everyone lived for longer. Then I'm like, oh, let's make people more durable. But I'm like, then there's the whole food crisis again. But something about the astral plane is getting me today. The
Okay.
the
I'm sorry, that's not funny. I just something about you saying something about the astral plane. I'm just feeling it. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling it with you. Where we going?
Yeah, no. So I would say that my grand scheme spell is that people can talk to this by choice, talk to their past loved ones if they want to. Like they have the power to talk to whoever's passed and to talk to them, because and because I feel like not even as like an astral afterlife type of thing, but it's like if you really miss someone, like you manifest their spirit to at least have a conversation with them. So I think that would be my grand scheme spellcast.
Okay. I like it. This is cute. That's very cute.
Thank you. I don't know where. I know where. Yeah, I was thinking of the movie Coco actually, of in the Day of the Dead, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it would be really nice to speak to people that is like no, because you know I'm kind of big on having people know that they're thought of, even though it's not like I personally tell people happy birthday 2 days beforehand, just so I'm like, hey, I am thinking of you. Like it's not just this one day that you're important, but just know. So that's what I just kind of do. So I'm like, if I can spread that to everyone, why not? But I also want to give it on the caveat, not even caveat, but make it a choice that if they want to do it. It's not that like you just seeing people that you don't want to speak to or whatever, and they're just messing with you. No, I want to give people the choice to. So that would be that's my reasoning behind my thoughts and everything.
Yeah. I like that. It's kind of funny. I was having like a totally, well, not totally separate thought, but like it was funny because when you were talking about have you ever been to a psychic, it made me think of Kung Fu Panda 2. Because like I recently rewatched it because the main villain is like this peacock, and like he's trying to get his like vision. He was fighting against the vision. Like she was like, yeah, you'll try to conquer China, but you're gonna be like taken down by a warrior of black and white. So it was like a panda. So he tries to literally kill all the pandas off. This man still isn't coming back from being a baby in a cabbage box to whooping on him. And she was like, you don't know it, but you basically set him up on the destiny and the path even easier. So yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. And so I just think that was kind of funny.
That is actually very funny.
Yeah. It's just like a day of like, I feel like I don't know, like maybe animated movies show magic in a way that I feel like maybe more adult centered movies don't necessarily like do. it's very sad to think about how, like, you know, when you're a kid, you get to believe in magic and all these other things and blah, 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 blah. And then when you're an adult, it feels like it's taken from you a little bit. Like, I feel like that childhood essence, even if it's just kind of like fun to even kind of like think those things, like, you know, that's why a lot of adults are really into like Harry Potter and stuff like that because it's just fun. It's like fun to be like, oh, we're going to like a wizarding school and like I was riding a broom and I was like, you know, doing cool stuff at school and all I did was go to school learning about more magic and things like that. Like that's kind of fun to think about. I don't think we shouldn't be, you know, trying to take that from adulthood. Like we should still kind of be like, magic exists. It's fun out here.
No, and I completely agree because I've said this to CJ before. Actually, there's a kid in me that I not letting go of purposefully. Like, yes, I am adult, but I'm not getting rid of my kid-like sense of wonder.
Yeah.
So, and I do hold on to that immensely. Like you, even how I sometimes get into like a high-pitched voice, or when I sometimes talk to my sister, I'm like, hello. Like that's like just the kid coming out of me, and I express it so deeply. And honestly, I don't care if you don't get it, but just know that's me.
Literally.
Yeah.
Watching Cloud, coloring books. Y'all know I love to hype up coloring books. That's my bag. But like, you know, enjoying kids' movies. I feel like it's not that bad. Like, you know, I'm watching Kung Fu Panda 2 at my house, and I'm like not bothering nobody. I think I went to see what movie did I go see? I can't remember now. I saw Inside Out 2. That was really good. And I also think like there's a lot of stuff where sometimes there's things that they're teaching to kids, like even on Inside Out 2, like therapists were like really celebrating it because they were like, it's such a good way to show people that they don't have to be their emotions, but it helps make all these things that feel so hard to grasp really more understandable when we take things in the mind of like, okay, if I teach this to a kid, how would I teach it? And we don't have to make things as complicated. That's like very big for me. Like I think the overcomplication of a lot of things is where people get lost in translation because yes, we do need nuance for a bunch of different other topics, but I do think that there is a way where we can reach people that doesn't have to be like at such a high scholarly level. But I think that's also because like when I was in college, I just felt like a lot of things could have just been said. Like, why we have to say it like that? Like, we really could have just said it like this, been done with it. It would have been like a 2-minute conversation.
I completely agree with you because I've had that. I think that's actually like the adult people trying to show that they're adult or sophisticated by saying it in like higher terminology or something. And I'm like, why? Like just the engineering speak. I'm like, I just want to talk to you like you're a person. Like I'm not saying you are a child, but I'm trying to explain it as if child was was present. That way everyone can understand and can know what to ask.
Right.
Because I am definitely not one to like exaggerate and build things up like the engineering speak of things. I'm like, no, just tell me things. And another small little tangent. I really do feel like if we not dumb things down, but just make things more simpler, like higher level math and stuff like that could be taught to children as long as they got it. But
that's true. You know, there are ways to kind of like make things more approachable, like and patterns and things, and just like but I do think like you have to fully understand something sometimes to make it simpler. Because it's hard to simplify something you don't understand, which is so funny to me. It's like the catch-22. It's like, I would like to simplify this so other people can get it, but I have to fully understand this to be able to teach it like if I was teaching it to a kid.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm an example of that because anytime I try to say someone else's words, case in point what I did earlier, I don't get it exactly right because it's not to say I don't understand it, but it's like I can't break it down to a level to where I can explain it. So no,
Right.
I'm definitely an example of that.
Yeah. But oh my gosh,
Mhm.
like, wow, we're all magical beings. I love that for us.
I'm glad you said that because honestly, I don't know what time we were supposed to get off. I
I have
know
no clue.
one of these was so I'm just gonna use this as I was like, it's I'm gonna use that as a way to say, all right, it's been roughly an hour.
Mhm.
But so without a guess, um, is there any? Oh man, I missed that. Any closing words you want to say before I pass over the thing to you, Tyler?
Yeah, don't let the magic, die within you. Cause
Mm,
just cause
mm.
you just cause we're out of childhood doesn't mean that we can't be creative, we can't be fun, we can't just enjoy life still. There are still things to enjoy that don't take no money. And guess what? The only way you're gonna be able to see it is if you keep your childlike wonder. That's it.
Where's the bars? Please drop the bars. There it is. No, you got it.
It's magic.
That's the magic. Like I said, Tyler, you got the thing. So
Wow. Okay, so for my thing this time, normally I know y'all love when I give you, as one of our guests lovingly called it, homework on time. And I'm back again with another with another set of homework. Bam. So I picked up this book actually from like a black bookstore. As
for
the
the
title is the Set Boundaries Workbook. And it's
mm,
by, please don't get me, Nedra Glover Tawab. And she's like a therapist, but it talks about how to cultivate like healthy boundaries in your life. And I think this is a really, really good book for like people who are struggling with making boundaries with like people in their life, with work, with just anything, like even boundaries within yourself with yourself. Like this book has actually been so helpful. I'm like barely breaking through the pages of it because the other thing that she really talks about throughout this book is that you should take it step by step and that you should always come back to it because it's a continuous resource. Because like building healthy boundaries doesn't just stop. Like you don't just make a healthy boundary and then it stops. It's a continuous process in this workbook. Because I feel like a lot of times and right now, like we have so much therapy speak and like things online and stuff like that, which is good. And it gives you the tools, or like it gives you the tools to communicate how you're feeling and the things that you want to do. And I feel like I've gotten to that point too, where like, I've been in therapy, I've been doing the work, all these other things, but I feel like there are some things that I might need like more help on. And it's really been like healthy boundaries, especially like with family, as we've been kind of being more vulnerable as the grieving process has been happening since my grandma and things like that. I've actually had to kind of take more of a caregiving role for my father. And like with that, it becomes very messy trying to keep up healthy boundaries. Like it's very, very hard because you're like, you want to do all the things that you can, but like you also don't want to let your own personal life suffer for it. And then honestly, shout out to anybody who's ever caregiver for anybody, because it's just not easy in general to caregive and also care for yourself. Like it's a very hard process to do, especially with a loved one. It's just you have to, it's like not only do I have to be, strong enough to know like, okay, this person needs this and this needs that. You also have to be strong enough to stand up for yourself too and be like, yes, you need all this care and all these other things, but like I'm a person too. I have to take care of myself. And so this book has been really helping me with that. And, giving me the tools to effectively place boundaries in which I'm comfortable moving forward, and I don't have to feel so much like, because anybody who caregives, and even if you don't know about caregiving comes with a lot of guilt and a lot of like other things. It can be very burdensome. And so you really do have to have like the tools. And if you don't have like therapy and things like that as well, like this workbook was like really cool. I picked it up in the bookstore. It was $10 where I got it though. Shout out to local black bookstores. But I'll like post the link also to her Instagram in the show notes. Because she also has like a bomb Instagram. She be posting stuff all the time. She has other books. I haven't gotten any of the other books. This is my first book from her. But yeah, it's been really impactful for me on my healthy boundary journey. So I would hope it'd be impactful for other people.
Right. I like that. I like that a lot. No, definitely. I can put it in the description too, so whoever sees this, they can easily just click it right then and there. But no, that's the end of episode 36. We made it a full another season, end of season 3. With that said, definitely rate us. That's exactly what I was gonna do. Rate us, give us a review. Look, man, Tyler, it's so great to have you back with these banners. What else? Oh, I've been able to get some partnerships just a little bit. So there's also a Discord that's going to be in the description, so you can join the Discord as well. And yeah, so there's so much. I'm not gonna lie, this season has been a lot, very hard to get through. But I'm very glad that we made it through another season. And I just can't wait.
3 more seasons.
You know how I like to end the things with don't forget to ask yourself, ask others, and never stop asking questions. See you.
Bye.
If you enjoyed the episode, there are a couple of different ways to support our show. Leaving a review, following us on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, or even becoming a supporter on Patreon for $2 or $5 a month. There, you'll have access to never-before-released visual episodes, funny bloopers, polls, and you can even pose a question. The links can be found in the description. The easiest way to support us is by telling a friend. Thanks for listening.